We won't get to the start of next season tonight, but we can at least get through this off season, and probably we'll be able to do so in relatively quick fashion. So let's see what the next twist of the tail is for us, shall we? At least with this draft, because beyond that, I don't really know what's going to happen. But that was a as devastating of a loss as I have had in this game in a long time. Long time. New Jersey moves up from 6-1. They have the number 1 overall pick. You also got Nashville, Florida, Edmonton, Connor McDavid, and the New York Islanders up there. Let's see if I can stop the sim here. It's probably not going to let me. Before we get into the draft, we got to see what the top numbers are in terms of what we can sign somebody to. David Pastrnak retires with 961 goals. Marner's gone. Nugent Hopkins, who was in the Wild organization. Braden Point, Brock Besser, Max Domi finished 1 point shy of 1,000. Oh, you got Mike Babcocked. You hate to see it. God, Jake DeBrusk is retiring. That's how far into this we are. Werenski, Theodore, Shabbat, Anderson, Severson, Ilperonik. Vitek Vanacek's gone. Sam Montembeault. Connor Ingram. Edmonton went full LeBron, leaving Cleveland after McDavid. Draisaitl's still there, so there's only so much they can tank, but they're tanking all right. All right, so with pre-stop, let's take a look. What is the most I can sign you for? Again, whatever equates to 6% of the cap, which is 695. 695 is the most that somebody can be signed for. And we're going to have to overspend on pre-stop, which is okay. It's just what is defined as overspending for this guy. Probably around 4 mil. That interest meter still isn't dropping. There we go. Go 4.5 mil over 8 years for Dalton pre-stop, just to see if he'll be around. I thought Vanacek retired. It definitely showed him as retired, so this will be interesting to see if it glitches him out or something. Maybe he changed his mind. Well, to the draft, then. And we'll see what we're capable of here. Still important to be successful. Man, that loss to Minnesota. Buffalo at 6 are willing to trade their pick. Is it worth moving up for us? No, at least as long as somebody doesn't jump. 1 year out, 2 year out, 2 year out. Yeah, so it's not worth it unless somebody goes off the board in the top 5. So let's take a look at a few things here. Granted, we do have a lot of picks. A lot of goalies to move as well. A lot of goalies to move. Should we choose? Holy hell, do we have a lot of goalies we could move? That's crazy. But is there? Check. I mean, Jordan Harris, yeah, he's down to an 86. Is there anybody that it makes sense to move out here? I don't think there is. Because, again, we barely have any expiring contracts. I can't even move Keandre. Well, actually, I might be able to move. Okay, I can move Keandre Miller's signing rights. Which, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm bringing him back. So, we'll send him to Chicago as well. At least get something for Miller's signing rights. Still got a lot of younger defensemen that we could sign, but Ozzy's still got really good trade value. Latakainen now high elite, I'm guessing. Yeah. So yeah, he's developed incredibly well. I mean, that right side of Green, Latakainen, Weissblatt is outstanding. But we are going to have to sign Latakainen. Actually, no, that's right. We already did. 6825 for 7 years, baby. We're good to go. Left wing side. In terms of natural left wings, we are hurting right now. It's a lot of centers that are playing left wing. Kevin He's value went up quite a bit. He's a third liner again. But some of these guys we don't necessarily have to move on from right now. And yeah, you see like the big centers and everything. Taves values through the roof. So there might be moves. We just don't have to make them this second. So New Jersey takes Duclair. Like, technically, we could try to trade up into the top 5, but it's pretty unlikely. We'll only overextend for that 6th pick if there is the medium elite on the board, and there will not be. Okay. So let's take a look then at the rest of the draft. Now, technically, we could trade up to get Chapman 1 year out. That's what we're looking at right now, is 1 year out. If not, NHL ready. Livingston, Cassidy. 1 year out for Dwayne Reitz. Okay, so early teens. There are quite a few 1 year, if not NHL ready players. There's still some guy. Hello, Brendan Doig, 27th, projected to be NHL ready. Haynes is a year out. Vallette's in it. Jesus Christ. Dude, this is nuts. Sven Hedstrom. Jesus Christ. There are so many good players in this draft. And that's discounting the fact, like, players that are 2 years out actually aren't that bad. Even 3. Okay, so you know how we have all those goalies? Yeah, we're going to be making some moves. So the 6th overall pick for Chapman isn't even worth it because of the value we'd have to give up to get the 6th overall. Right now, we get to look at anybody who's NHL ready. Those are the guys to target. There's enough NHL ready guys to target them that we can just ignore the 1 year outs. Yeah, I mean, there's still a ton of them. There's a ton of them. Jesus. You could argue signing NHL ready guys might not actually be worth it, but we're looking at 12 and 13 for Livingston and Cassidy. Anaheim's willing to trade that 12th pick, so that's good news.
Trying to walk through this fucking grass.
Let's see. Shout-outs. Guild Bootlegger Club. What a name. What a name. Some of the finest of moonshine provided by said club. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You're here right off the back of a horrific defeat in the Stanley Cup final that I'm still not over. So again, we have all of these medium elite goalies for the express purpose of trading them, and Seabrook will be the first. 57 overall, 19 years old. Get the hell out. Are there any other obvious, like, hey, add this guy for trade value moves? You could argue Frank. I was lurking, I saw the choke job. Well, I'll treat the follow as your attempt to cheer me up, which worked a little bit, but only so much. Honestly, like Frank and Jeffrey are both like fine, but not amazing. Yeah, I think if we can I tack those two guys on, and then we'll go. Actually, there's another goalie. There's a medium fringe that we're definitely never going to sign. Jeffrey on. And we'll have to use a draft pick as well, but that is fine because we know we're going to get somebody pretty damn good. What about our own third rounder? Apparently, I'm way off the mark. What about Edmonton's third rounder, 69th overall? Still no. Okay. Second rounder. Really? I'm misreading the situation that much, huh? All right. How about another medium elite goalie? How about it? We'll go for Benson, who's a 64 at 20 years old. How about it, Anaheim? Let me safety net this with the third rounder really quickly. A bit off. Okay, so fourth rounder? What is your definition of a bit? How about a fifth? There we go. Okay. So we got rid of some stuff, but we do get the 12th overall pick from Anaheim, which is nice. Chapman was a 72 medium 4. So, yeah, we were right to not go for him. We know that we're also going to want the 13th overall pick from Carolina if we can swing it because they do not want to trade the pick. But we have assets. The two 20-year-olds, Jenner and Hainsey, can both go because they are behind Oliwa and Peterman for that matter. So Jenner and Hainsey. And then we'll see if we can safety net this bad boy with a couple of picks just to play it safe. What if we take out the 5th? What if we take out the 4th? I know you don't want both goalies, but you're taking both fucking goalies. What about the 4th? Just straight up? Really? They're that determined to not take two goalies that are good. Take both goalies. Wow, they're just, dude, they're being sassy as fuck, aren't they? Okay. Fine. Jesus. Sorry. Ross is a 72 at 20. Could move on from him. 71 at 20 for Shepard. I mean, Coco's never going to make the team because he's trash. I mean, he's signed, but he won't switch player type. He's trying to be a sniper when he's not a sniper, so. What if I give you a 2nd? And a 3rd. And another 3rd. 2 seconds. And a 3rd. How about you take another fucking goalie then, you fucks? Had enough of your shit, Carolina. I've had enough. I've had enough. Take the fucking trade. All right, Carolina, go fuck yourselves. Who has the pick ahead of Anaheim? The New York Rangers. Fuck it. New York, let's talk. How would you like 2 good goalie prospects? 2 good goalie prospects and a 2nd round pick from your friends at the Peg City Penny Pinchers. Thank you. So we have the 11th overall selection, which will be the Hungarian right defenseman playing in Germany, Cedric Livingston, who has confirmed in reverse. 79 overall, medium 4. He is NHL ready, in fact. Wow. And then with the 12th pick, we go with the center, Rohan Kasavi, who is apparently a grinder, which is beautiful. Well-skating grinder. Couturier comparison, unconfirmed back at you. Kasavi is a 79 medium 6 grinder with truculence. Sweet, beautiful truculence. You'll love to see that. All right. Next up on our shopping list is down at pick number 27, Brendan Doig. Fun fact, we have pick number 26. So we should be fine. But we will trade for Detroit's pick anyway because, I mean, we might as well. There are players down the board that we might need. So we had Oliwa, we had Bouwmeester, Peterman. So we don't need Oliwa because we have Peterman. And then we can keep Bouwmeester because he's younger. So Oliwa for the 25th? I don't gotta be so mean about it. I thought it was a pretty fair trade. They're always so mean. Like, no, you fucking idiot. Okay, Jesus, sorry. I mean, Nyquist as a medium 9 is not that bad. Phaneuf, 70 overall at 20, low 6. I had old Serge Phaneuf. Still no. Anybody else I can add about that lovely 3rd round pick? Thank you very much, Detroit. So we'll have back-to-back selections again. With the 25th overall pick, we will be taking the American left defenseman from the Erie Otters, Brendan Doig. Unconfirmed yoink. 80 overall, medium 4 OFD with silver stick 'em up. Jesus Christ. So pretty much with all of these guys, we're not going to sign them, right? Because if we do, as it is, the way they're going to develop, we're going to lose them or risk losing them by the time they're 21. If we just leave them unsigned until we have to sign them, we'll at least have 3 years with them at really high ratings, and then hopefully get offer sheets for them. So welcome in Doig. And then we will also go for right defenseman Amir Valette from the Everett Silvertips. NHL ready, no rumors of abilities. 78 overall out of the gates, though. And indeed, no abilities. We have pick number 32. That last guy is projected to go at 31, Artem Volkov. We can keep 32 to take Sven Hedstrom. So we need pick number 31. We'll just go for Pittsburgh's 29. It'll be easier to get. Problem is now we don't really have a goalie to get rid of unless we wanted to use Bouwmeester, which I don't want to. So who can we use? I mean, we definitely have some defensemen that aren't that bad. It's been a lot of defensemen. Ross is looking okay. Anderson's looking okay, but the value is really low. Robichaud. Geet, Carpenter, Clutterbuck. Again, if I can use Coco to get rid of him, I will. Because, again, he won't change player type. Pittsburgh would have too many skaters. Well, who the hell can I take off of your hands, then? Who can I take? Who's on an expiring deal here that you actually want to get rid of? You only want to get rid of prospects, of course. Who is on an expiring deal? Give me the Snoogarood. Actually, I guess we'll take Matt Maggio. That's fine. And let's see, Hawk. I think the bot's broken tonight. Yeah, it is. It's Tiger Army. Forever fades away. Second round pick from Colorado. We got a deal. Not yet. Third round pick from the Kraken. Here we go. Maggio, welcome in. You're not going to be here for too long. So pick number 29 will be the Russian left wing Artem Volkov. NHL ready. Lucic comparison. Hopefully not in terms of being a scumbag. 80 overall. Dude, this draft was nuts. He's NHL ready out of the gates, too. And then pick number 32. Ooh, there was Haynes, too. He was a 75. The Swedish right wing Sven Hedstrom. Also NHL ready, unconfirmed, shock and awe. 80 overall. Dude, what the hell? With silver all alone. Crazy, crazy draft, and exactly what I needed as a bit of a pick-me-up, because my goodness. Now, from here, we want to look at players that have 2 years of ETA or fewer. That's a little bit more confirmed. And there really isn't anybody. So now we are pretty much talking about confirmed potentials. So for goalies, we don't have much. Sergei Semenov might be okay. There's a couple of risk picks, a couple of medium starters, which, I mean, medium starters okay, but not insane. Defensively, confirmed medium elite Leon Artmeyer. 5 years out, his overall is going to be tragic, but he'll be good for the trade value. And the 2 out of 4s, we got a medium 4 and Frazee, Donovan, Jaden Cousins nearly confirmed. Right wing side, a medium 6 and Stuart Nicholas. That's about it. Left wing side, couple of long shots. Not too much going on. Just a whole lot of long shots. A medium 6 Jimmy Leidecker. We have had inconsistent results drafting Leidekers in this channel's history. And then Roberto Clymer. Keith Primo comparison. I don't think I've ever seen a Keith Primo comparison. Shout out to Keith Primo. All right. Well, clearly, as long as we have a pick again before number 46, I think we're doing okay. 69. God damn it. Let's see. Who wants to make a trade here? Buffalo. We'll go a little bit early. And this will pretty much be the last time that we trade up. Aside from that, we'll just start picking off the list of half-decent players. But we have obviously already done the damage. I think we can use Bowmeister here. Right? I don't really want to. But we do have Peterman in the system. I mean, we got a lot of fucking players in the system now after a draft like this. There really isn't another obvious shout like Haltonen, Mathot. Bernard Mathot. I mean, as a sniper, yeah, he could be one of those late, develop that guy into a Calder winner type of players. A point 21 and only a 72, but that's not that bad. The signing rights to Matt Maggio could work out here. It could work. What if we use a Colorado third? I think we're probably going to have to risk a future second, but we have a couple of them. We'll use Colorado's because Edmonton was bad this year. So we'll use that second, and what about our 4th round pick this year? There we go. Okay, so not a bad bit of business. There will be some players here like Gleason and Archibald that we don't get, and that's okay. Again, guys like Nicholas, Leidecker, Domingue, they're all solid, but we're not going to be able to get all these guys. The guy that we want to get here is Roberto Clymer. So 3 out of 4 medium elite gem, and he's a medium 6. This is why I tell you guys to never put any stock whatsoever into somebody being a gem, because it does not fucking matter. 3 out of 4 accuracy, medium elite, listed as a gem, and he's trash. Ottawa, let's talk. I can get a better player than that, and I will. Son of a bitch. Gems are fool's gold, basically. How would you like Clymer? And, I really don't want to give up more draft picks, but here we are. What about the Toronto third next year? There you go. Probably gave up more than I had to, but whatever. So instead, are all these guys 3 years out? I think they are. Yeah. So they're not going to be that much better. But I'm going to go with Stuart Nicholas, I guess, because he's 17. 3 points better. We'll take it. We gave up a 3rd round pick to be 3 points better. Pick number 69 in the 3rd round. Let's see who's still on our board here. There is a goalie, Mats Jonsson, 19 years old. When's our next pick after the 74? So we got another one coming up soon. So we'll definitely take the Swedish goalie, Mats Jonsson. Medium elite, 58 overall. So we traded all those goalies just to draft another goalie. And then pick number 74. Ooh, potential enforcer, Mario Lacroix. Mario Lacroix, sparkling water. And then after that, Spike Odeline. Oh my God. When's our next pick after this? Number 90. Okay. Let's go for sparkling water. 64 medium 6. That's disappointing. And then pick number 90. Let's Let's see. Did we make a mistake? Did I look right at him? Or did I just not scroll down far enough? Oh, yeah, Odeline, there he is, low 6. Yeah. Wouldn't have mattered either way. We got Harold. Elijah Harold. Another goalie, Julius Generous. Tyler Fragapani. We've had plenty of Fragapanis over the years. Aiden Madsen. Well, it's probably going to be Generous. When in doubt, take the goalie. Welcome in Julius Generous. It's a good name. Not a good goalie. 48 overall, medium starter. Jesus Christ. Whew. All right. We are swanging and missing for a lot of players now. You know what? Let's just still go off of projection. Don't think a goalie named Generous is a good thing. Well, he's a 48 overall, so you're right. All right, let's see. Fragapani, 3 years out. Madsen's 3 years out. Let's go for Tyler Fragapani. Low 6. K-Town, give me a minute. I'll talk about it. 4th round. Ryder Duncan. Low 9. All right, well. Good thing we got all of our steals in the 1st round because there's not much else here. Matti Lomala as a Finn. Low 9. End of the 5th round. Goalie, there he is. Sergei Semenov. That worked out perfectly. Medium elite. Okay. Well, we got a couple of shitty goalies to be able to flip. Did a lot of damage early on in the draft. Rafael Moreau is up with this next pick. Low bottom 6. And then pick 224. What do we still have on our board here? It's pretty much a long shot no matter what. We'll go with Jace Terrell because he plays for EFCO. And he's terrible. Okay, well, there you go. Hell of a draft for us. That's for sure. Hell of a draft for us. I just hate that the draft even had to matter. I hate it so much. Dalton Pre-Stop is going to be back for a while. So again, we're not going to have too much to do for the re-sign phase here at all. Koltsov, how much money are you looking for? Already wants $7 million, which is too much. And even if we were to do something like this, I mean, I don't even know if he's necessarily the guy that I want in goal. Yeah. Qualifying offer for Koltsov. We'll see what happens from there. James might very well be the starter next year. Defensively, for the moment, nothing to worry about. In terms of these goalies, I mean, Bouwmeester would have to play in the AHL. Peterman's going to be the starter there. Rhodes probably going to be the backup. So I think we'll hold off on signing any goalies, even though there's like, hey, if you sign these guys, you can do the off-season training, at least for guys that are in junior. But a lot of these guys, they're just going to get dealt anyway. Defensively, Doig does play for Erie, so we can sign him and then send him down. Well, actually, no, because he's in junior. We won't even be able to do the preseason training. We'd be able to do preseason training, but not off-season training. So I think we are probably fine. So who do we have on expiring deals? Nobody. Literally nobody except for Koltsov. Quick and easy there. No problem. We will see where Ivankovic goes here. Take it from there. Now we get days of our Koltsov. Yeah. Well, maybe only for one off season. He might be gone very, very quickly. In terms of coaching staff and everything, scouts, we need to sign 5 scouts. We got Per Obergauer, Manuel Potvin, Taylor Haynes, Nicholas Seidenberg. I wonder where Dennis Seidenberg is right now. I hope he's doing well. If this ends up on YouTube months after it actually happens, which there is a decent chance of that, please God, don't let something bad have happened with Dennis Seidenberg. The old Jam and Hammer. And then in terms of coaches, we got some A-pluses that are available, including, of course, Cheval Dave, who we've had before. So we're going to look at other options now. AHL associate coach Tate Lockhart, 63 years old, going on 84. Has a hell of a record, though, wherever he's been coaching as of late. Again, Cheval Dave has been in our system for a long time. We are going to let him go. Omar Redden. And again, if make sure you're playing with owner mode off, and then you can just ignore remaining budget and sign people to whatever you want. People still ask me about that a lot. So I don't think I've done a good job of clarifying. And then Craig Banting has a hell of a record. We'll see if we can bring him in. So free agency, obviously we have some money to work with, not a ton. Around $7 million is the most we can sign somebody for. In terms of RFAs, well, we got an answer about UFAs there. Koltsov's the only one. Defensively, it's Lynn. Not feeling it. And then for the forwards, Roussel, Wasselin, Williams, and Antonio. Williams is probably going to be too much. We could afford him, but we'd have to get the picks. Trying to snag this Antonio guy here could be beneficial. Johnny Antonio. The Florida Panthers. Could be worth it. Luke Williams. Ooh, the shooting on Luke Williams. Hold on there. Hold on. So 2 years left is the max that we'd get if we were to go with an 8-year deal. 7-year deal, excuse me, because obviously he's a UFA. Six years at 6.95, no movement clause in the last 3 years. What would that be? A first and a third? It's tough to say that's not worth it. This guy could really be something. First and a third for Luke Williams. Only had 25. Man, minus 46. You can tell they just were not playing him where he needed to be played. What is the offer sheet compensation? Yeah, third round pick. So 1,875 is the most that we could offer Antonio. Okay. So for Mr. Antonio, 1,875. What if we give you term? 7-year deal. What if we just commit to giving you term? Oh, that's right. The 5 years. There we go. 5 years, 185. Johnny? See if Florida matches that. And if not, we help the guy get paid. And then Williams, as we mentioned, I think I'm good with trying to snag Luke Williams here away from Nashville. Six-year deal, first and a third. I'll take it. We'll see if he accepts. We'll see if the Preds match. So for UFAs, you would have seen it. Chicago does not sign Jack Ivankovich. Does want 9.75, which means he is likely out of our price range. Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, if I drop him down to what we can actually offer him, yep, he's not coming back. Jack is gone. Jack is absolutely gone. There was a medium elite goalie in Ray, but he's 25, and then there's a couple of medium starters, like Fisette's okay, or Fise, whatever the hell. Obviously for goalies, like, we're fine. Although, Jesus Christ, is Trey Augustine not looking for that much money at all. Defensively, Sandin Pelika, Romanov, Anderson, nobody crazy. Prospects, a bunch of low elites. Someone like Hedin is okay. Maybe we'll just throw him an offer really quickly. Yeah, let's just throw Stefan Hedin an offer. Why not? And he accepted. That's fine. And then for the forwards, potentials, Nabokov, but he's 25. All these medium sixes, like this guy at 24, Tikhonov. Could be worth it. Just throw Yuri Tikhonov a deal. There we go. So you got Nabokov out there, Thomas, Yurov, Greentree, Logan Stewart. It does start to drop from there. So, yeah, nobody to really tempt us. I mean, Nabokov, just the organizational interest is low. Alexander Nabokov, also a sniper. Really good defensively, though, and physically. I don't think there's any way we could pull this off. So, young low elites actually don't have the same trade value they used to in prior years. That's why I'm not signing too many of them anymore. All right, the more term, the less excited he is. Okay, so yeah, we really still, again, don't have too much to do here. It just comes down to what's going to happen with our current RFA goaltender. And if he gets that offer sheet. So we'll sim up to this point. And that way I can still do the off-season training. I'll try to remember to do it off-stream, just to not bore you guys. Let's see. So we got a bunch of scouts accepting. Get the answers from the coaches soon, too. Lockhart's on as an A+, which is great. Redden is also here. All right, so all three of those A+ coaches signed. That's awesome. Luke Williams rejected and stays with Nashville. Fair enough. Johnny Antonio has accepted, and the Panthers have matched, so they'll have him for a long time. It's just the RFA. What's going to happen with Koltsov? Ivankovic never did get the qualifying offer, so I don't expect one here either, if we are being honest. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So we'll see what Koltsov wants. But it looks like we're playing the RFA game. The RFA game. There we go. Jesus Christ. Happy Pride. With yet another goaltender. This time it's Koltsov. Yeah, because see, if I try to offer him an actual big deal, his interest plummets. I will check to see where Ivankovic went as well. Yeah, we're playing the RFA game with Koltsov. So we'll give him a little bit more money to come back for a year. But like the long-term big contract simply isn't going to happen. And I think that's an issue we're going to keep running into with our goalies. We'll see if he accepts. You got one more day, buddy. All right, so he won't even get the off-season training, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Because I know people are interested, before we call it, of course, that was the 2034 season done. This is what our record book currently looks like. Which, no surprise to see certain people here. Shout out to Jordan Harris being the Iron Man. But Michael Misa is our all-time leader in goals, assists, and points. And, of course, Jackie was the win leader and the shutout leader. No real surprise there. In terms of a season, most goals, Ruben Green, 62. Turcotte with 77 points. Misa with 102, or assists for Turcotte, 102 points for Misa. And then, of course, Jack for the goalie. Rookie records, shout out to Dominic Orpik with 28 goals. Misa represented. Ivankovic represented, of course. And then most in a game, 5 goals for Ruben Green. Remember when Michael Rasmussen and Luke Evangelista were on this team? Jesus. That feels like a Fargan decade ago. Because fun fact, it nearly was. And then the NHL records look like this. You have, for the goals or for rookies, actually, let's go to career. So for games played, Anze Kopitar, Alex Ovechkin not only end up in the top 5, they were top 2. Goalie games, Bobrovsky, Fleury, Brodeur, Luongo, Waugh. Most goals, Matthews, Ovechkin, Pasternak, Crosby, and Stamkos. Each shit Wayne Gretzky. Who is still the point leader, but McDavid and Draisaitl, oh my God, equal amount of points. That's awesome. That's awesome. McKinnon and Crosby also up there. Assist leader, McDavid, Draisaitl, Marner have made it. Goalie wins, Fleury, Bob in the mix as well. Shutouts, of course, pretty much impossible. 12 50-goal seasons for Austin Matthews. 16 100-point seasons for Connor McDavid before he retired, which is just nuts. And then season records. Do we have any new ones? Nothing there for goalie games. Nothing there for most goals. Gretzky still with the assists, the points. Shutouts haven't changed. Most wins, Jeremy Swayman with 50. Jack Ivankovich is second. Oh, man. And then the rookie records. Anybody break into these? Did anybody break into these? Dennis Hildeby, most wins by a goalie, a rookie goalie in history. Ivankovich is 4th on that list. Crazy. So we'll double check again when we hit the end of this run, but I can't give up yet. Although, Jesus, isn't there a lot of potential reason to?